It is hoped you have enjoyed some of Christ's answers that have been posted as videos to introduce you to the new website for his questions and answers. The following are the questions answered by Christ. To read the answers and to download the free PDF file with all of them, or to ask a question about the Christ letters, go to christ-answers.weebly.com. The 104 questions answered by Christ. What is the purpose of Christ bringing these letters to humanity? What is the focus of Christ's teaching? What is Christ's core message? What is the difference between universal consciousness and divine consciousness? What exactly is the light? What is our purpose here on earth? It is said we create our own lives. How do we do this? What is the human body for? What should be our goal? What is the greatest gift we can give ourselves or another? What does it mean to be as a little child? We need help. Why doesn't God save us? What is the difference between a religious person and a spiritual person? What is the cause of good and evil in people? What is sin, and does God punish us for our sins? What is true belief? What is it like to be a master? Will reading the Christ letters make me a master? How does Christ's message compare to other teachers? What is the ego's focus? Its job? At what point does the ego take over control in a person? How can the ego have so much control and do such reprehensible things? Is the ego necessary? What is the first step in overcoming the ego drive? How does a person who has freedom from the ego behave? What does it mean to be a dispassionate observer? How does enlightenment happen? How can we recognize a true spiritual leader? Why do some spiritual leaders and teachers mislead their followers? What is the word? What binds a person to the world? What are the universal laws of existence? What are the principles of creation? What is the intention behind creation, and to what should we aspire? What is the cause of all the crime in this world? What does Christ say about love? What are vibrations of consciousness? What is the difference between the soul and psyche? What does Christ say about spiritual evolution? What does Christ say about spiritual progress? What happens when we die and when we reincarnate? What is laughter, and why is it considered so valuable? What controls and motivates people? What causes a person to begin to awaken? Why do people suffer so grievously? Does God get angry or judge us? Why does the human self have to be dealt with? What does it mean to die to the self? What is meditation? How should we meditate? Will Christ be returning in person? Does Christ have a daily affirmation we can use? How do Christ and other masters relate to each other? What gives creative power to what we do? What is the difference between males and females? What is the meaning of the parable of the sower in Matthew? How did viruses evolve? What on earth is happening on this world? What should we do when being attacked by others? What is the stigma? Is celibacy important? What must we be careful of on our spiritual journey? Are spiritual seekers really protected from harm? Will there be a separation of souls in the coming days based on their level of consciousness? How can we get others to realize the truth that we are discovering? What are the important guidelines we should live by? What is true forgiveness? Why do some people believe the earth is flat and others don't? What should be the most important consideration in our lives? What happens as we ascend? How can we receive inspiration and instruction from Christ? Does Christ ever get angry or upset? Is there any harm in taking a break from our spiritual practice to enjoy a bit of life? How can I find the kingdom of heaven? What is our highest purpose while on earth? What happens when a soul's vibration rises to the higher levels of consciousness? How does a soul grow? Is everything consciousness? Why do some people feel the Christ letters are from Satan? How will our life change when we commit to a spiritual path? Why is faith so important? How does doubt slow our spiritual progress? How does Christ connect with us when we call on Him? What causes psychosomatic illness? How can we resolve our conflict with another person when they aren't receptive to us? What does it mean to be a master of our own fate? How can I be a good parent and help my children and family? What is the purpose of existence? What does Christ mean to find life more abundant? What does it mean to be transformed by the inner spirit? What is the human personality? Do things happen by chance? Does positive thinking work? What happens if a person ignores the laws of existence? Should we worship God? How was Christ able to perform healing miracles? How can we open the door to divine consciousness? Where does racism come from? When does the need for reincarnation end? What is our world created from? Is it acceptable to tell a white lie? Are the eyes really the window to the soul? What is our true purpose in life? Are these really the latter days?